Saturday, November 30th, 1985. You walk into B-Side Video Rentals. I'm Your Man by Wham plays in the background. Tonight, you're on your own. No physical touch for you. No ladies, no men, no anything else. The only action you're getting is in your hands. You know it's classy because the artwork is done in watercolor. Short-haired ladies being all serious. One of them has a gun. Watch out! A sunglasses guy. Some little tiny bodies doing jump kicks or flying down some stairs. You take it to the woman at the checkout, and she says, "Are you sure about this?" You look her dead in the eyes and say, "Yes, madam!" Welcome to B-Side Video Rentals. I'm Jeremy Briggs.
And I'm Jenny Wenger.
Hey, Jenny, what's going on?
You know, just reeling from that cat sound.
Is that cat sound? Uh-oh, what cat sound? Did my cat make noises?
Yeah, it's so good.
And see, I can't hear what's happening in my own place. I'm probably getting robbed with these things on.
I hear a kitty and I'm like, yes, my master.
Where are you hiding the little pussycat?
But I was so excited about this movie because of the bad dubbing.
Oh, the dubbing is...
It's so bad.
They made strong choices in the dubbing room.
They really did. That. And someone that they hired to do the dubbing was Australian. Because an Australian accent kept slipping in here and there. And I was like, oh, I hear you.
I hear you. You can't hide from me.
And it was for multiple characters. So I think that an Australian person did like several people.
Right.
And it's the kind of thing, it's the reason I love Hao-Su.
Yeah.
Because like the things just don't add up.
Right.
Like a lot of things don't add up. Like the lady they call ugly is like beautiful.
Hey, it's Tiny. The giant guy.
Yeah, it's just so good. I love it. And it's like, oh, yeah, see, there's my master.
Yeah, kitty cat. Hopefully he stays put and shuts his mouth.
Hopefully you stay put and shut your mouth.
Amen, sister.
Okay.
Amen.
Kitties can do anything they want. Even just from seeing that kitty, it made me warm. I'm like going to have to like
calm down.
Show both shoulders for a minute.
Calm down.
I need the kitty.
You get one picture, one shot of a pussy, and you're like overheating.
Yeah. Yeah. There were a lot of weird things that got me excited in this movie.
There's a lot to talk about in this movie.
Is.
And it's just, there's some mind-blowing stuff. I will say that. But before we get to that, do you want to do some news?
Let's get to the news.
Saturday, November 30th, 1985. And these are your not-so-current events.
A 2-ton sculpture of a lower first molar has been ordered to be removed from a dentist's office in a residential neighborhood. Unfortunately, the dentist's insurance does not cover the extraction, so the tooth will remain in place until it falls out naturally.
It's so relatable. Who has insurance?
Yeah, but also even I have insurance and I go to the dentist. I'm like, oh, I chipped my front tooth. Well, you don't want to take away more tooth. There's nothing we can really do. And it's
I'm dealing with that issue right now.
Yeah, it's like, but now my tooth is jagged. And they're like, well, take your pick. Do you want tiny tic-tac teeth or do you want jagged teeth?
Tiny tic-tac teeth.
Yeah, I'm like, I would prefer it to be smooth. A new form of cocaine is for sale on the streets of New York, alarming law enforcement officials and rehabilitation experts. For information on how to locate it, call Jeremy at 818-555-SLUT. Coke slut, Jeremy.
An 18-inch lizard briefly disrupted the operation of a computer Thursday at the African ground station tracking the space shuttle Atlantis. A female witness said it was a foot long, but the lizard insisted it looks smaller when it's hiding in a large bush.
Oh, don't they?
Don't they always? Researchers manipulating the genes of mice say they may have developed the first animal model for studying how hepatitis causes liver cancer in humans. But what I want to know is how they got a sexy mouse model to wear jeans.
Oh, hell yeah. Stuart Little be like,
Stuart Little be like,
I think I'm getting puberties.
yeah.
Macy's Thanksgiving Parade was brightened this year with a new edition of a balloon depicting Betty Boop sitting on the moon. One attendee said she's very sexy. It's about time they added more females. The attendee was then arrested for fondling the balloon boobies of Betty Boop.
Balloon boobies of Betty Boop. That made me
Listen,
smile.
It's not my uncle's fault. It's the first time he saw him that big
They're
in person.
big. What are you going to do? What are you going to not touch them?
Not fondle them.
The way the wind was blowing her balloon body. Yikes!
A 75-pound pumpkin that was supposed to be a Thanksgiving gift to New York Mayor Cook has gone missing.
Uh-oh.
A statewide manhunt is underway for the suspect, Peter, the goddamn pumpkin eater.
That goddamn Peter.
You know, now I can say that word, but I grew up in a super religious house.
You couldn't say Peter? What do you have? What if you had a friend named Peter? You couldn't.
You
just called him Dick.
Yeah. In this scenario, it's Peter I'm speaking of. You fucking idiot. But to say
Peter's another word for Dick.
I know.
What? Goddamn or pumpkin?
The GD word.
Oh, goddamn!
The GD word. We weren't allowed to say the GD word. You weren't allowed to say it either?
I couldn't say anything. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you guys were just like strict, but you weren't like weird religious, right?
I mean, we were religious. I grew up in a religious household.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know you were like super religious.
We're gonna have more conversations. You know, I was in a Christian ska band for years.
I remember you being in the ska band, but I forgot it was Christian.
Yeah. Anyways, here we go. Moving along. The art dealer Andrew Crispo pleaded guilty yesterday to charges that he had evaded nearly $4 million in federal taxes by claiming he had bought artworks that never existed. But isn't art subjective? I mean, who's to say it doesn't exist in the abstract? Just because you can't see it doesn't make it any less real. You know what I mean? That's the artness.
I've made a lot of art that no one can see.
They keep deleting it off the internet.
Yeah.
Kenny Bob Parsons of Dallas has raised $35,000 to build a wall twice the size of the Great Wall of China to protect his homeland from the hordes of foreign-thinking Yankees who prefer white wine to Lone Star beer. Completely forgetting the existence of things like airplanes and helicopters and hang gliders and ladders.
A federal jury today found that CBS Inc. and a commentator at the network's Chicago television station had libeled. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so country. A tobacco company. Hey, there's one of my words. I know tobacco.
I know tobacco.
Had libeled a tobacco company by broadcasting an anti-cigarette commentary, claiming that cigarettes turn you into a dirty butt toucher.
Dirty butt touchers.
But they kind of do.
They do. Sue me. Come at me.
Come at me. That's literally what they do. A federal judge approved a mandatory drug testing program for 200,000 railroad workers over union objection. 60% of those workers said they'd like to test cocaine.
Isn't that what a drug test is? You get to just test them.
Yeah, I love it. Like, these two jokes are perfect for an autistic person to do. Literally.
Owners of 26 cemeteries locked workers out Tuesday after employees at 3 other cemeteries went on strike. The owners said they firmly believe in the 3 strikes you're out rule. I think that was my weakest joke, so I put it near the end. Should have gave it to you.
That's what you usually do.
And finally, 2 saxophonists in New York, Joseph Whiteco and Peter Sayano, which is why I didn't give you this joke,
Thank you.
played a concert on Tuesday. This is a massive coincidence since the saxophone is an unusual instrument for a solo recital. What's less of a coincidence is that both concerts ended in giant orgies. Saxophone be sexy.
I like that they're orgies.
Orgies. Is that what I said?
Yeah. I was listening for oral and I'm like orgies.
Orgy.
It's like an oral G, so it's like a lot of just oral.
It's just oral at this orgy. An oral orgy.
Oh Lord, I'm getting warmer.
I just had to take off my jacket. And those were your not so current events.
I still am gonna say lie belt.
Lie belt.
Lie belt.
How dare you libelled me?
Libelled.
Those sons of bitches just libelled me.
Yeah, and then I totally, when you said, I looked down and I saw the word solo recital, and I totally heard solo rectal.
Now you're just hearing things you want to hear.
I know, my brain is just like scrambled eggs. It's so good. I think this movie did it.
This movie did it?
Yeah. That's who I blame.
There are just like the career that so many of these people had.
Yeah.
It is mind-numbing.
Yeah, I mean, like, the girl was so hot.
What do you mean? Michelle Yeoh?
Yes, she's so hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Because I've seen her later in life.
Right.
So, like, seeing her young.
Because she's like, I mean, she's huge now.
Yeah.
But, like.
So hot. Like, as soon as she came on the screen, I was like, Bazanga! And I had to look her up. I'm like, what the hell? It was shocking to me.
And, like, every outfit that she wore, girl, she wore.
Fire. She was so good.
I don't care how many jumpers you put her in. I'm in.
I'm in. That Mario Luigi look she had.
She had a great Luigi look.
Yeah, it was so good. Everything. Like,
yeah.
And she had one look where it was like the shirt came down to here with no bra. And I was like,
oh, are you talking this moment? Are you talking this moment?
No, that there was another one where it was like a
but it
off
was
the
yellow,
shoulders.
Right?
It was yellow.
But it was yellow. Yeah, that was the same outfit.
Because I thought the one where they did that, it was a button up. Oh.
No, that was the yellow little
okay.
number.
Because that one looked like a tube top to me in the moment.
Yeah.
But the one I'm talking about was like a long sleeve that was to here. And it was only
maybe
for
it
one.
was a tube top. Maybe
you're
right.
For one take, the one that was off the shoulders. And then she was in the Luigi outfit the next scene. But we'll get there. But yes, the looks were looking.
They were giving looks. The looks were giving looks.
Yeah. And I was like, it wasn't fair to the other one when they're like, ooh, she's ugly. I'm like, well, if anybody's going to be ugly, standing by her.
You know what? I actually learned that like Cynthia Rothrock, like she came in. So that role that she got, it was for a man.
Yeah.
Which totally makes sense to me. Because like they're like headbutting. I was just like, this is so weird to have two women reacting this way against each other.
Yeah.
But it was apparently written for a man, but this martial arts group she was with, they reached out to that group and they're like, we're looking for men and we want to see what their skill set are. And that company was like, hey, we've got some girls too, so throw them in. And they saw her and were like, holy shit.
And she's still a badass. Like my husband does movies with her. Like she's still doing stunts. She's still out there doing it.
Like, and very impressive. Like there were shots in there of things that she was doing. I was like, damn. I mean, there's shots of everyone doing
everyone. The stunts were out of control. I just kept going, ow, my back.
We will get into so many of those moments.
Back! Like that person is not okay.
So let's get into this movie.
Let's get into it. Yes.
We got like the first 30 seconds of this film. We've got what is her name? Michelle Yeoh's character. It's like Inspector.
Knee or
is it
something.
Knee? Because
I think Nye or Knee. I forget.
yeah.
I don't know.
Because when I heard them say it once, all I heard was I'm like, her name's not It can't be
I just called her Hot Lady.
Yeah. And my notes are always Michelle Yeoh. I typed it out the entire time. And so she's like in a library, and this guy sneaks out through the peeking out of the window and comes to go talk to her.
And I've had these kind of things happen to me. If I hadn't lived the life that I've lived, I would have been like, this is so unrealistic. But everybody, like in my 20s, just wanted to show me their dick. Excuse me. Here it is.
Jesus.
And it's always flaccid. It's like you could at least be excited about what you're doing. Have some passion for your work.
That wouldn't have made it better for you, girl.
I don't know when they're like this. Like, he's making me show myself. I don't even want to be here.
Yeah, so this guy flashes her, and this is first time we like see her as a cop. So like we reveal she's a cop, and what she does is she has an open library book and just smashes his.
Gotcha
Ding dong.
Got your plastic dick. Squished.
Ooh, and immediately his reaction, you're like, oh, this is going to be one of those movies.
Yeah,
it's like
so
a
good.
Three Stooges comic reaction to everything, like, ooh.
Yeah.
So over the top.
Yeah, and then she lets him know, I'm a police officer, you're under arrest.
You're under arrest. Book him.
Yep. We got him. Yeah. All right, now please get him out of here.
Yeah. Now I can you somebody take this book? I don't want
I don't want to slip.
Somebody go bring that book to the incinerator. I saw some things hopping off that thing.
Yeah, so then they walk outside and boom. Like the biggest action sequence you could ever imagine in the first, like, it's like enough hasn't opened our eyes already. Like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, this car rolls up and there's like an armored truck. They just hop out of the car and start shooting everybody.
And what I love is these bullets seem to have like hydraulics in them. So when someone gets hit, they go, pew, and like blast.
Yeah.
And like, I've never seen bullets do that.
How many people have you seen get blown away?
Yeah, like it's like a trampoline bullet.
Yeah. I got a new kind of bullet. It's a trampoline bullet. Trust me, it's very impressive. Is it more effective? No, but it's very impressive.
Yeah. Crazy to see.
Like people do somersaults. You shoot them and they do a somersault. They go blah, 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 blah.
And they have time to make like a wacky face.
Yeah. They get to go, whoa.
Yeah, it's so good. And the car rolls up, super safe armor. It's super safe.
And Michelle Yeoh's character is just like, it's go time. Kicking ass, jumping around, like running over cars and stuff.
And then I love that the dude that got shot in the head, that was like the cleanest. Did you notice like it was like a perfect circle and he was like, it was so good to me.
They started playing the band Perfect Circle?
Oh my God, no. No.
Oh my God, no.
Don't
Shut
do this
up.
To me. So she shoots him though and hits it. It's like the most symmetrical, perfect bullet straight into his pineal gland.
Because she knows what she's doing.
She sure does.
She's trained, okay?
Yeah.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
And
you want to take a chance, huh?
So we're already introduced to some pretty badass stunts right at the start.
Yeah.
Cool, fun stuff that is very impressive.
She's hot and badass.
And, then we go to the police station. Yeah. Yeah.
And then everybody has flowers for her. They're so proud of her and what she's done. It's not because she's hot. It's just because they're very proud of her accomplishments.
In this world, it's all about your accomplishments.
Yeah. She's the best. She's the greatest. She's the best in the world. Everybody's like, please fuck me. Please.
For the love of God.
I'm begging you. I don't have anything left to live for.
I spent my last $15 on these flowers.
And I like that they all are like doing the flowers like this. Like they're
This is
like
what I
not
need
even
from
hiding
you.
it. I just want this. Even a woman, please. Here's where she sets up the prequel. Oh, he was my unit instructor when I was
Yes.
training in Scotland.
In
I'm
Scotland.
going back there on vacation. I'll be staying with him.
Yes.
Oh, tell your wife you have a girlfriend. Maybe the girlfriend's someone else.
Maybe.
But she does say it. Like, that's a word she says to him.
I believe you.
And then they start talking about the anti-prostitution campaign.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of things happening where I was just like, okay, Scotland, anti-prostitution, what's happening? Like this first chunk, I was a little, you're throwing a lot at me.
Yeah, I
And
feel like the
with
exposition that got laid
dubbing-
out. Yeah, the exposition that got laid out did not get translated properly.
No. The dubbing just made me go like, okay, hold on.
But then she takes the phone call and says, I'm meeting you for dinner at 7:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we get into this hotel, lots of like sunglasses shots, which I loved.
And the lobby, like, I gotta tell you, like, I had the weirdest feeling. I had, like, I don't know if you ever get this when you're watching these movies, but I remember being a kid in a lobby like this. The way these
Right.
lobbies were set with, like, the fake plants lining the second floor and the carpeted stairs and like that weird white, super shiny tile. Like,
We need to get back on it.
Yeah, like, I had the weirdest deja vu about that lobby when they were peeking down at him from the second floor. Because when I would go on vacations or whatever, like, I would run up to the top thing and just get up there and, like, just watch people coming in and out and talking in the lobby. The 80s were very boring.
No, they weren't.
As a kid?
You just didn't have a screen in front of your face. You could soak in the world around you.
I was so excited by just people watching through fake plants.
Yes, which is what we should start doing again.
Yeah, make more of this.
It's totally normal in your 40s.
Yeah. Just
we can
keep
still
doing
do
it. We can still go do it.
But anyways, there's so many shots in this hotel, like this little scene where they set him up, like walking up these stairs and all these like cool angles and like sunglass shots, like
smoking indoor a cigarette.
Man.
Like that was the 80s. Everywhere you went, people were smoking inside.
Oh yeah. I mean, I grew up in Reno, so like
yeah.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
And in fact, I still miss it. Like when I do go into clubs, like comedy clubs, I'm like, why is nobody smoking? This is weird. I hate this.
Yeah, and what I love is G called him the Chinese Hunter Thompson. Robot man, Mr. Dick.
Yeah.
He answers the phone. And he's the white dude, Richard Norton.
Yeah.
He gets the key room 1008. They like make a big deal out of what room number it is.
Right.
So he goes upstairs, and then we meet Aspirin and Strepsil.
Strepsil. Yeah. It's
okay,
Strepsil.
so I love this duo here.
Yeah, and then we'll even once we get our third person in, we'll talk about their names.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, so they're like breaking in, like they're trying to like pose as hotel workers and go in rooms and just steal. Like they just petty theft.
Yeah, we learned that these guys are just small time con men, petty theft people. And they happen to stumble upon something they perhaps should not have stumbled upon.
Yeah, because the Hunter S. Thompson assassin guy, which by the way, like I just called him bad hair guy in all my notes.
I didn't know what to call him because I was
weird.
I was so impressed by this guy.
Yeah, he's very cool, but like he has like really short, thinning hair here, and then like long curled and under hair on the side. So I was like, what kind of look is he going for here?
He had a presence and a half, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he did. So then he and Mr. Dick are like having like a back and forth. There's some kind of deal or some kind of...
They're looking for some sort of film strip, micro, film
which we
thing.
saw him put in his passport. Like he hid it in his
we did see him
passport
do
before
that.
the guy came in. So they're talking about it. And then I love this death.
Yeah.
So he gets his gun
talk
ready.
About this.
Yeah. I was like, when I saw the apple and I saw him like slam it in, I'm like, oh, that would make a good bong.
No, he shoves the gun, the front of the gun into an apple and uses it as a
As a
silencer.
silencer, yeah. I
And
was
then
like,
then sticks it into the guy's mouth and shoots. And what I love is there is nothing but him falling over. There is no exit
no
wound,
blood.
there's no blood, there is nothing. Even when
That close.
yeah, that close. There's nothing. And like
Nothing.
there's an exit wound. I promise you.
I
There's this
promise.
much flesh. I don't care
Yes.
what caliber it is. There's
Blown
this much
out.
flesh. It comes out like it. And then like 5 minutes later, so Aspirin, I think it's Aspirin who goes in and like pretends to be, he thinks he's asleep.
Oh, he's
He
asleep. Cool.
sees him. You see his entire back of a head. No exit
No
wound once
blood.
again. And he's just like, oh, he's sleeping. And he like takes his passport and takes all this stuff.
His wallet, gets his money, and the assassin is watching him take
Yeah.
his shit. And it's like, what do I do here?
Mm-hmm.
And then the girl shows up.
Yes,
hot,
Michelle
hot
Yeoh
lady.
shows up.
Hot lady.
And even still at this point, she walks up. Oh, he's asleep. And then like she's right at the back of his head. Still doesn't notice. Has to pull him over. Sees the smallest trickle of blood. Like it just made me so like, what kind of magic apple was this? That it still killed him.
And yeah, and she definitely had that amazing silk teal ladies jacket on. We must mention that.
Yeah.
She was giving a look in that one. It looked like peak lesbian fashion. I gotta tell you, she was giving lesbian in this. And I was
when you get the shoulder pads going, which are the best.
It's like, she'll protect me.
Hell yeah, she would, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so hot. So she runs for help, but she's trying to like look. She like thinks it might be this guy who was the room service guy because that's the person she saw leaving. Yeah. So she's trying to find who it is. She gets to the lobby. Hey, and it's the assassin, and he gets ready to like.
He's in trouble.
Well, I gotta fucking kill this hot lady. That's a shame. And he turns. She goes right by him and says, "How many people are working here right now?" He's like, "Oh, okay, great," and he leaves.
Those people don't work here. I know it's somebody. So, and she's looking for those guys, Aspirin and Strepsil. So then we see those two guys at night, kind of like going over their spoils and looking at what they got. And they see the passport and they're like, "Oh, cool. We could use this." And at this point, it's when the dubbing goes from like being kind of bad to like, oh, what
is happening?
Choices are you doing? Because they not only are these people kind of goofy in the way they act, but the people dubbing them, it's so insane. The voices they chose, they're the most cliched dork voices. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think we should go over here and do something. Whoa, watch out.
Oh like, my God.
What?
You're so good at it. You're so good. It was like Pee Wee Herman.
It was crazy.
It was
and so like the juxtaposition between like the way they're acting and then the weird choices that they made worse. I don't know if I want to say off-putting, but kind of.
Yeah, it was off-putting in like an exciting way. So now we're in a cage room and we meet the one, I guess, that they're going to go, that they sold the passport to.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and talk about these names. We have Aspirin. Obviously, Aspirin is aspirin. Strepsil is like a throat lozenge. And Panadol Panadol is like Tylenol.
Yeah.
So they're all named after medication. I don't know why. It's never. It's just that's their names.
They've known each other since they were kids.
Yes.
So it's like maybe it's what they needed the most.
Yeah. So we have this. It's stupid. You just rely on aspirin too much. Yeah, but at least I'm not a Strepsil boy.
You get strep throat all the time.
So we deal with this cage room in Panadol, who I'm going to keep messing that name up. Panadol. So we learn he's kind of like, he sells fake things, fake guns, fake grenades, fake passports. And so he kind of has a little incident before his friends show up.
Yeah. An unhappy customer.
Unhappy customer, yes. And this is when we start seeing a lot of the stunts in a different light. Like comedic stunts.
Yeah. Like, whoa, going in here, flipping this or
like slow cranked so that everything is sped up just a bit to where it looks a little bit off.
Zany and wild.
Yeah, it gets very zany. Like not full speed Benny Hill, but like somewhere in between Benny Hill and regular. Like that sped up stuff. So it's very odd. But there's a lot of really cool stunts being done, but they're just in a comedic way. I don't know if they hit necessarily.
One of my favorites is when he slams into one of those old school card catalog things, those drawers. He slams in and one opens, but they like pop out, and I'm like, that's not how those work, but it is funny. It felt like on Wipeout when they go poop, 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 poop.
It pops out like another whack-a-mole.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not how that works, but it's fine. It's entertaining.
And so we learned that these guys come in, they're unhappy, they throw these fake IDs down, and they started to fade, and you're like, what the hell is this? Also, these fake guns, we spent $2,000 on this fake gun. You spent $2,000 on a fake gun?
And I feel like they're talking about, is it Yuen's? How do you say
right, whatever currency that they're talking about, because they say dollars to us.
Yeah, and it's like, no. I would be pissed too.
So, but he's saying like, you can't tell the difference, blah, blah, blah. That will come up later. The fact that he has all these fake guns and there's a real gun brought into the mix.
And the mix of them.
They do a little like slapstick joke about losing the gun.
Yeah. So through the mix of everything, these guys are out on the ladder and he cuts the ladder and they fall. And then his friends are there.
Before that happens, did you notice, this drove me bonkers. So when these guys like start to intimidate him, like they're going to come after him and start chasing him, it's like a tense moment. And then this piano drops. It goes, dun-dun, dun-dun. And the first moment that piano hit, the dun-dun, I was like, that's Halloween.
Yeah.
They stole that entire, just a dun-dun, dun-dun.
Yeah.
And then and I was like, that's straight Halloween. Like that, there's no faking it. And then 5 seconds later, they use a separate clip from Halloween. Like, I know that soundtrack way too, like, inside and out. So the moment it popped on, I was like, why are you using Halloween music?
Yeah.
And how are you using Halloween music?
Is it that if they separated, it's not technically the same melody?
Well, I mean, it's not the theme. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, when he sits up, like it's those, like with that bop, bop,
yeah.
and then like the little high pitched stuff in the background. Totally. They use that, and then they use one that is another. I won't say that they're obscure cuts because that whole thing to me is iconic. So like, just to use that, I guess anything it wasn't from at the time. It was just so like, why are they doing this?
Yeah, it's like the biggest cult horror of all time now. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I just had to point that out because it made me just like,
yeah. Excuse me?
Excuse me? So yes, you were saying, I interrupted once again.
Oh no. So they go over the thing and he cuts the ladder and then his friends are there. And now this is where they start talking about the old man.
Put the money in the box. So they've got this box. Put everything in this box. We're saving for the old man.
Yeah. So then we find out that they've been quarreling for over 20 years and they've known each other since they were kids. And that Strepsil has been kind of like having to be the mediator of these two for a long time.
Right.
And then now they're like, okay, let's go out to eat.
But before, like, the last little thing when they do that, I think it's Strepsil. He pulls out the passport and he says, hey, can you do anything with this? And Panadol's, he's like, absolutely, I've got a buyer. And so that is now trading hands.
And now we go to the office and the guy's chair spins so fast. Why? You're
went
gonna
so
hurt
fast,
yourself.
like spit just like launched out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit my camera and slid down.
Yeah, and he's got a pipe.
Yeah,
He's just so weird.
This guy throughout it. I don't know. Like, this is the first time we see his maniacal laugh.
Oh yeah, and he uses the shit out of it.
He. And we see this thing happen so many, and
So
it's
many
always on
times.
like the mildest. Like, he has a punchline that is not a
Not
punchline. It's
not a
not a
joke.
joke. He just, because I trust you. And then like hard cut out to the next scene.
So good. And then we go back to Panadol doctoring the passport.
Is that before or after the autopsy?
Before, right before. We see
Okay.
him doctoring the passport, and then we cut to the police station, and she's got her slicked back hair, and she's telling these two guys,
yeah.
"You want a promotion?" And I'm like, "I want a promotion.
Give it to me.
I am disgusting."
And we get to this autopsy, and it's basically like he claims the whatever you call that, the not the morgue guy, whoever does the autopsy. I can't think of it. Don't put a timer on this. I'm not going to think of it. Anyways, that guy, he claims, he's like, the bullet went through the back of his head. There's an exit wound. I'm like, excuse me? He explains that to us, that there is. I'm like, do not gaslight me, honey.
I saw.
I have to rewind it and take snapshots of microfilm on this thing.
Yes.
Also, I have to point out her outfit, because she pops her collar on this one, and she's got popped shoulder pads.
The whole deal.
The whole deal.
Looking so good.
It's like, how many of our notes are just how good she looks?
Oh, too many of them. I'm like, I'm horny. It's a lot of my notes. She just made me horny again. I thought I was perimenopausal, and like that was a part of myself that wasn't going to wake up anymore. And then I'm like, what? Arrest me.
Are those handcuffs?
Girl, with that smoky eye. And there's something about her brows. The way her brows sit. Like, they are business and party. Like, it's like, are you a model, or
she's
are you
in the party business?
She's so hot. This is where we find out
we
that
have to tag her.
I know.
Shut up.
She's going to be assisted by an officer from London. And somebody says, "Oh, we could deal with a new face." I'm like, shut up.
Shut up. Did they say London? Because she keeps saying she's from Scotland.
Scotland Yard.
Oh. I didn't get past the word Scotland.
No, Scotland Yard.
Shut up.
So then, just very uselessly, we got cut to the apartment where Strepsil is working out to a workout tape.
Yeah.
We just needed that.
We needed it. And so they're there to kind of go, all right, let's go see the old man, right?
Yeah, well, he gets a knock at the door, and someone delivers him a newspaper.
Yeah.
He wakes Aspirin up like, look at this. Look, it's that guy we got the passport from. We need to like,
oh, right.
This could be an issue. And he's like, why? It's like, because he's a dead guy. Why are you? There's no problem
here. Just don't
here.
say anything to Panadol.
Yeah.
Let's keep this to ourselves. So then they all meet up and they go down to meet their old man that they referred to. And this, I think, is the only time we see him.
Yeah, and it's just three guys who are obviously young, but spray painted their hair gray.
But this is such a weird little misdirect that they have. Because it's so like, why is the misdirect that you're going to sexually assault someone? Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this
is about to get like really uncomfortable. Sneak up on this lady. They rip her shirt off. She's wearing underneath clothing, but they rip her shirt off and like hold her down and steal the chicken.
I fully thought, this was one of the first movies we're not seeing a rape, but now we're going to see a rape. And they're like, oh, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
They
it
just
was
really
like,
wanted that chicken.
what a weird misdirect for boiled chicken.
Yeah. It was so weird. And they're like, "You're on a special diet. You're not supposed to have chicken."
Like, what special diet? Like, it's boiled chicken. What? That's like the most bland. Like,
Yeah. So I feel like he could have some chicken.
it's just boiled chicken. There's nothing on it, and they're
And
just
then the
ripping it apart like ravenous
and
little
then
goofballs.
matron walks in. "What's going on? Their special diet."
What about their special diet?
And then they start spitting chicken like you would spit it out.
She's right. She's right. We are on a special diet.
And then this is the first time I hear the Aussie slip out. Panadol
Oh, okay.
comes in, and he sounds Australian for like 2 seconds. I'm like, "What?"
Huh?
So then the boys are visiting these weird freaks in the hospital, these chicken freaks.
They're all, don't worry. He's like, what are you bringing them? Don't worry. It's just water and fruit.
Yeah.
Just kidding. This isn't water. It's tequila or
Yeah.
gin. It was gin. Yeah, it was gin.
Yeah, and then he calls his 2 friends the wheelchair warriors, and neither of them are in a wheelchair. It's like, what?
And then they just start blasting music for no reason.
Yeah, while they're having, we're going to have a conversation. "Oh, we can't hear you. We're going to listen to this music." And then he's leaning over to still listen. And there's no payoff to how weird this is.
There's no payoff.
Right, it has, but they're saying they should let the police know, right? Or I thought
There
they
is a
said
tip
something
off.
in that.
So
Yeah.
the police get a tip off because the guy tries to use the passport, which is a stolen passport, which they flagged. Did he
I
tell
thought
them
that
to
they
flag
said
it?
they were going to do the anonymous flag and get the guy
Maybe.
in trouble.
Yeah.
I thought that's what happened here.
That's
and so they
probably what
did it.
happened.
And that's why the guy's so mad, because he's like, "The guy who did it did this to me." And that's why he goes
Right.
after Panadol. But they plan it, and then they like do like a fake phone call. "Oh, we just want to let you know that this has happened. They're trying to do this." So then they go to the airport and they catch the guy who's trying to use it.
Yeah.
And hot fight.
Hot fight.
Really hot fight.
Some of the stunt work, but like they're just all over the place, running through, like
The stepping on the
jumping over
chairs.
like
It
going
was like a dance.
flying downstairs and like just jumping off like wrestling moves off of like the handrails.
Insane.
Just throwing their bodies full on into it. And it really, it's just like when you watch stunts like that, and then you watch like stunts in a big Hollywood movie, like I am so unimpressed. Like the because it's so choreographed, and there's so many things
beautiful.
that it just doesn't. It's too beautiful, and it's too seamless. And this is, you're just like, I just saw somebody do that.
Yeah, it was
somebody
insane.
just did that thing like full on. It's so impressive. Anyways, so they're chasing some fight scenes. This guy that has the passport, he grabs a random woman.
And it was the wrong lady.
Wrong lady.
Cynthia Rothrock, here to throw a fucking beatdown of a century. She was in like a business lady skirt and jumps up and just fully exposes her butt to double kick.
And she does this whole scene. From what I was reading, they showed up and they were like, we don't have choreographed. We didn't do that. So they just did it on the spot. They were like, okay, well, we'll do this, that, and this, and can go. And then they decided that jump kick that she does off the wall.
Yeah. Oh my God. So
which
good.
is great. But apparently she'd never done it before. And they were just like, what if you do something like that? And she's like, okay. And then from what I read, I'm not her friend or anything. She took about 45 minutes and then nailed it. It's just like, just to figure out the logistics. And it looks freaking fantastic.
It looks insane.
She's like, her stunt work is solid. Solid and a half.
It's actually incredible.
Yeah.
And I like then that the guys talk about her in Chinese, and she answers to them like, they're like saying how she's really mediocre looking, and she's like, "Oh, fuck you," basically.
I don't know. They're so mean in the way they're talking.
She'd have trouble getting into a third-class nightclub.
A third-rate night, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Third class, huh?
Yeah. Eat shit, you little dweeb.
Oh, we should have done throw this. It's like, you just watched this woman beat the snot out of this guy who none of you could.
Yeah, absolutely. And her name is Carrie Morris.
Carrie Morris.
She's badass.
Take him away.
Yeah.
All right, so they get him.
You must be the so-called expert. Just bitchy right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be working with
I
the
didn't ask
so-called expert.
to be on this case.
They just hate each other
Why?
immediately.
But what I like is there is still, like, at least this might be my fantasy, but even though they were mad, they were looking hot at each other. It wasn't like, shut up, bitch. It was like, you shut up, bitch. Yeah. I didn't ask to be here.
I'm going to have to rewatch it with that context in mind.
I didn't ask to be here. I don't need your help.
I don't need your help. You beautiful specimen.
You're a babe. You're a fucking babe. And
No,
he's like,
you
listen, you got to work together. I'm like, they got to kiss.
Hey, you back out of this, Mr.
This has nothing to do with you. Let him keep getting close.
Yeah, Sergeant Boner Killer. Get out of here.
So then back at the police station, they're drilling the guy about the passport.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Hottie takes over. You could do prison for 8 years. That's a long time.
Oh, I love how they like try to sell it for him. He's like, no, are you kidding me? I will die. They will kill me. Well, you could go to prison for 8 years.
That's not death.
That's not a good argument that you're trying.
Snitches die. Yeah. Drink your tea.
And then Carrie Morris comes in in her yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Your method isn't working. And she has one method.
Yeah.
Carrie Morris has one method.
Yeah. So she tells him before, like, oh, drink your tea. And he goes to drink his tea. And what does she do? Kicks his motherfucking tea. Yeah, fucking get tea today.
She just beats the hell out of him. You want a rematch? Yes, I do.
Yeah, she said, I already kicked your ass. You want me to do it again? I will. Like, she fucking will. And she does.
This is like her MO in the entire movie is just like, how am I going to get what I want in this situation? I know. I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, because here's the thing I loved about the beginning of her beating the shit out of him. Here's a cigarette. He smokes a cigarette and she smashes it on his face.
Another thing about their little interrogation room, they keep their interrogation room fully stocked with smoke, with fog.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always very smoky in that room.
We got to add to like the ambiance in here for interrogations.
And I love that he's like, what kind of girl are you? I bet you're not married. And that's when she smashes his face and then just relentlessly beats the shit out of him.
He's like, police brutality.
I don't know why they just constantly berate her looks, because it's like, what are you talking about?
She's hot too. She's just not that hot. She's hot. Michelle is just like another but they're both hot. But so then they end up needing to take the guy to the hospital.
Yeah. And because she comes in, right? Michelle Yeoh's character comes in and is like, whoa, come on. And this is what the part that I put a note, and I was like, these ladies know how to wear pants. Because they're always like right over the belly button. And because of the time, I mean, I love the way pants of the 80s are. I love that. I love it. But like always just over the belly and like hip hugging.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I took a lot of notes on clothing.
Yeah. I was like, we suffered a little bit because the butts looked really long.
Which is what I love so much about 80s pants. It's so weird.
So much butt.
It's so much butt.
My upper back is just more butt.
It's just more butt, baby. You need more butt? All you can handle.
Yeah, got a lot of butt for you. So then they're in the armored vehicle or whatever. The two guys are in charge of taking him to the hospital, and they get a flat tire.
They do.
I'm like, is there not a protocol for how to deal with this?
But we soon learned that this was all. Oh, so they get a flat tire, and then this guy just beats the hell out of the people who are captured him. He just, I can get out. I see my chance. I can just beat everyone up and leave. and run away. And he successfully runs away.
Yeah. And then we do learn that they set up for him to be able to get away so they could follow him to Panadol's place.
Yes. Inspector Morris is pissed. You let him go? Brr!
Yeah.
I don't need your advice. Thanks. I didn't intend to let him go very long. And then
Stage
all of a
1
sudden,
complete.
yeah, begins. She gets a phone call. Stage 1 complete, madam. Begin stage 2. What?
Yep. For no reason.
No reason. We're not going to explain
We have 20 guys following him.
They're tracking him.
Yep.
Okay, let's go back to the cage room.
And
with
this is the
Panadol.
wackiest fight of the whole thing. This one is the wackiest one. Do you agree? It's like monkey business. It's insane.
Oh, yeah. Is this yeah, I mean, I put like it turns into a Three Stooges movie. That's my note right there.
Yeah. Like
The
it's
stunts
like
are silly but really good.
Yeah, and his apartment is set up for everything to
Yeah.
move and become something different.
Yeah. Like he's climbing over things. Is this the one where he like jumps through the like above the door? There's that window. And he like throws a grenade.
Yeah. So what I love, it made me so hungry that he was cooking. He was cooking like some kind of ramen with egg and it just like something. I was like, oh, this is so good. And I was like, oh man, because he had to throw it out on the guy's head. I was like, that's such a waste of ramen. Like ramen's so good.
So we have this fun little chase thing. He gets away he's being chased by the guy who he gave the passport to. They're tracking. So this guy leads our police to Panadol. And during this whole thing, Panadol gets away, but he like falls 10 stories with wires tangled around. He like falls 6 inches from the ground,
hanging.
And Inspector Morris, Carrie Morris, she shoots the
wire.
The guy first, right? Didn't she shoot him? And then he's like, and she's like, oh, shut up. You're on the ground. And he's like
talking like this while he can fully still talk when he's like this.
It's like that's
not how that works.
It was 10 stories of wire falling, and then it stops you suddenly. It's wrapped around your neck, and you're just like, oh, now I'm choking. Nope, bitch, that broke your neck.
Yeah, you're dead. You're actually dead right now. No.
But she's like, you're on the ground, you idiot, and then shoots the wire. And then he falls back into a chair at the police station. Nice
what a
transition.
Great cut. Really nice. Yeah.
And so she's Carrie Morris.
This is where I love the name that she said they called her. Nasty white bitch. I was like, I've been called that when I used to bartend.
But the thing before that, like, she's like, I bet you can guess the nickname the other cops give her. Because she's just immediately, like, threatening to beat the shit out of him. Because that's what she does. She's like, bet you can't guess what the nickname the other cops gave me. And he's like, white bitch. And she's like, it's actually nasty white bitch. Like, just all proud of it.
Yeah, it's like when someone called me that when I was bartending, a girl yelled that at me. And I'm like, I can't help one part of that.
Yeah, being nasty. I built my entire personality around it.
Hey. Listen. So she says beating people isn't always the answer to her. Yeah. I'm like, whatever you say. And then he says, I guess she's having her period. So then Michelle sits down in front of him and he goes, at last, someone who's pretty and charming. It's like, give her a fucking break. Like, she's pretty.
Right.
This is,
like
I said, just like the hottest person I've ever seen. And he gives his buddies away because he's dumb. Like, he wasn't trying to do it, but he sees her picture and is like, oh, shit.
Can you look through this? Bloop, bloop, bloop. And he sees absinthe pretzel. Oh, it's not them.
It was this guy and a guy like this. He goes, oh, so there were two of them. I didn't say that. And then you see her have a flashback to seeing him at the door, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that is the fucking guy.
That is the guy."
Yeah.
And then we get back to the boss who wants this microfilm that has a some sort of a document, like some signature.
Yeah.
It's a forged document.
Yeah, it proves that they're doing like forgery.
Yeah, some illegal thing that they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he wants it back, and it's the guy
and
that
he has the fake ass mustache guy with the weird fake eyebrows and the weird fake.
They're so
it's his
large.
henchman.
They're so comically large.
I was like, are we gonna do a Groucho Marx bit? And at first he kind of did a voice like that.
Right.
He did it and then he let go of the bit. And I'm like,
yeah. Keep the bed.
I'm like, I bet that he did keep the bit.
He got a note.
The dubber guy, they were like, just stop trying to add your own shit.
Yeah.
We're trying to take the mustache and eyebrows really seriously.
We're not going to re-record what you've already done, but just stop
just from now on.
Stop inputting your own jokes and stop being an actor and making choices.
Yeah, and they're like, well, the microfilm could end up with the police. And the boss man says, I'll be okay, and nothing could go wrong.
That's
Idiot.
His second big laugh. Nothing could go wrong. Again, not a joke.
Not a joke.
It just
an observation. Like you're just hoping for the best. So now we're in the pool hall.
Yeah, the pool hall.
Yeah. And so guys like tell those guys to get lost. And it's aspirin and Strepsil. Strepsil. I can't say his name. Strepsil. Yeah, and so they want to like try to like get this guy, like they're trying to be pool sharks.
Yes.
And it's $1,000 a point. And they're like, no big deal. I'll break, so I'll make it easy for you.
Yeah. And the guy runs the table on them.
He runs the table on. So Strepsil, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's over and he watches the informational video and it's like, oh God, that's the champion. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he wins 100%.
Yeah.
So they owe like $139,000 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So they try to run away.
Well, it's been great, and they're like, actually, it's really fun. It's
I don't like people who don't pay their
debts, and then Bad Hair Hitman shows up.
Bad hairhead man. Yeah, he does.
And he finds them, and then he kicks everyone's ass.
For them. Because he's just trying to get to them.
Yeah. So then we're out in the alley, and they're chased on a motorbike.
Yes. Motorbike guy topples a fence.
And I loved this stunt, too.
Yeah.
Where they knock over the barrels, and then he just sees like, oh, I'll just drive up this wall that has a perfect path of wood crap. Just perfectly lined like a motocross ramp.
Yeah.
So I do that. And then we go to the club.
To the club. Oh, the club.
So the two hot ladies are asking around trying to find those guys. And he's like, they're right there behind you. Oh, shit. Thank you.
Oh, shit. That is them.
Cool.
Because Aspirin and Strepsil are hiding in the club. They think that they're
from motorcycle assassin guy.
Yeah. So they hide in the club and they're looking for them and just are like, oh, yeah, they are right there.
Yeah.
But our assassin, he finds them too. Right?
Yeah. Well, there's like a fight in the bathroom.
Right. He fights him in the bathroom.
Yeah. He tells somebody, mind your business and get out. And everybody's like, okay. And they just leave and let them get their asses kicked. Yeah. Listen to me, Four Eyes. Where's that passport you stole?
Yeah. And then we have the ladies come in and they start fighting in here. And there's this...
And it becomes like a swimsuit club when they come back out. Like everybody's in bathing suits.
But there's a stunt in here that I want to talk about. And this is where I would like to do my onset. Wow! So there is a thing in here where Michelle Yeoh's character, she's fighting the guy, and then she gets flipped. And it's fairly obvious that this is a man
getting thrown through the popcorn machine.
No, hits the counter of the bathroom, right in the bath, like right in the middle of the back, and it like hits and then falls back. And that was like the first. There are multiple before, but this was the one where I like jumped. I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
God.
I hated it.
And my onset speculation is that 30 people did not come back to work.
Yeah.
It
After
like
any given
that
scene.
there had to have been dozens upon dozens of injuries
With broken
with
backs.
broken so many broken things, because like just seeing that one, it
was upsetting.
it was upsetting to see like how hard it landed and then fell backwards, like on the corner of a counter,
I
like
know,
a marble counter.
Oh, the hard hits on the back, on the mid back. It was like a lot for me.
And there are some like in the finale that like just,
Oh yeah, the stairs ones.
there are so many in that finale, which we will talk about. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my speculation, is that
So it right there at the same time as that happening, like they're all doing their thing, and then there's just one guy that it seems like he's not really part of it, and they just grab him and throw him into a popcorn machine. And he like smashes head first through the glass, and he's in there like, fuck. I was like, that guy was just there. Like, where did that beer go?
And in the credits, his name is Popcorn Head.
Popcorn.
Stupid. That's my speculation, is they were going to give him the credits Popcorn Head, and then they didn't give it to him in the end, and he was very disappointed.
Yeah. So Aspirin and Strepsil at this point, they blockade themselves into their apartment.
Yes.
And he's so nervous he lights a cigarette backwards.
And again, they added Halloween piano music right here. Another. Sorry, I have to keep pointing it out because it upset me.
Yeah, the phone rings, and I wrote scary music, but it's Halloween music.
It is Halloween music.
And the dubbing is really, really bad here. Like, it just keeps getting worse. I know we say that, but it like gets insanely worse all the time.
It's so insane, the dubbing.
And they're like, is there another place to hide? I really just don't feel safe here. You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I know a place we can hide. And then it's exterior day, the ticket guy fight.
Oh,
so
the
dumb.
Ticket guy fight. And again, you want to talk the dubbing. Big, bold choices on the people dubbing these two cops. So one is like a foot cop, and the other's a parking enforcer.
Yeah.
And they see a car that needs a ticket, and they both write a ticket.
I've been waiting to get this ticket. Yeah. Are we really going to argue over getting this ticket? Yes. Well, I'm putting it on. Then he takes it off and puts it back on. And he puts it on, and it's just like so dumb.
Because I feel like they each have a quota to meet, and he's like, "But this is the only job I do." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm a foot cop."
Yeah,
I explain. I
need this.
Yeah.
I need this.
How much ground do you think I can cover?
And I love that the guys are like, "Hey," like they're trying to turn themselves in because they're so afraid this guy's gonna kill him.
They want to go to the police.
No, leave us alone. Well, I guess this isn't serious enough. We got to actually hurt an officer, and then they go to hurt.
What can we do to get you to arrest us? I don't know. Assault one of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they go to assault the parking enforcer, and he's like, it would be worse to do it to him. Oh yeah, it would be worse. So they go over and they beat the shit out of him.
Poor George, who we find out his name is George.
George.
Which, totally makes sense that his name is George.
And he it's like you didn't have to do so much. Like he looks pink and purple and blue.
And they bring George brings Aspirin and Strepsil into the police station, and everybody's like, "Whoa, George!" Like everybody is best friends with George.
He's just a nice guy.
George. They're all just so out of anybody that you would beat the shit out of. Why George?
Why George? Why? And then they're like, are you pressing charges, George? No. Okay, well then we'll release him. He's like, what? So this is for nothing? And she says, we police are civilized. We don't want revenge. It's like, what the hell? And it's like she's just using them as bait. She's like, I'm not done.
Totally, yeah. You're not allowed to come in here. We're gonna send you out in the street and use you.
We're trying to find something bigger than you.
Yeah. So they send them out, and this is kind of the one thing I alluded to earlier. They decide, we need to do something bigger. So what do we do? Let's sexually assault Michelle Yeoh.
Thank you.
So they each grabs one side of her shirt and rips it open, and we get a close up on her little yellow tube top.
And she looks beautiful. I mean, they never should treat a lady that way, ever.
They do that, and then it goes to them going, huh? And it's the double fist punch.
Yeah.
I just love
She's
that
just so
shot
powerful.
much. And they just,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, for me, I was like, of course she's got like a cute little yellow tube top on under that. Of course she does. She's so hot.
So they leave, like Strepsil and Aspirin are like, well, we can't get arrested. And what happens? Like a car pulls up and it's our two lady cops. And I don't know, how long would you say this has been from the double punch to the face to the time that they drive up in the car?
I don't know.
30 seconds, a minute?
Yeah.
However long it was long enough for Michelle Yeoh to completely change outfits.
Yeah. She had another look. Thank
She's
God.
Like, in my contract, I have 20 looks that I need to hit.
Listen, I'm an icon, bitch. So Aspirin and Strepsil go into the pool hall, and they're like going to cause problems again, but they think they're under the protection of the girls, and then nope, they just let them get their ass beat.
I don't even understand the point of what they did this for.
Nope. And they're like, what the fuck kind of thing? And Cynthia Rothrock's like, we've decided we don't want to use you as bait anymore.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. They want them to go ask Panadol.
Right.
So that's going to get us back to Panadol. So we're back to Panadol's apartment.
Is this where he sees the document?
He sees the microfilm.
So when he was changing, we kind of went past this. When he did the passport the first time, he took off the picture and he has this headlamp. He took off a picture from the passport and put it on his headlamp. And then he took another picture and put it. So that's how he did his passport switcheroo. The microfilm was on the back of the photo, which is still stuck to his headlamp. So in this scene, he's doing more stuff, and Aspirin and Strepsil show up while he's got this microfilm thing on his headlamp.
Yeah. So then they examine it and they see this document shows the contract is forgery.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the debate of give it to the police or try to make a profit on it. We vote on it. Panadol and Aspirin do the switcheroo, and Panadol had the film in his mouth.
Yeah. He hit it. So Strepsil, because Strepsil's like, no, I want
We're going
nothing
to the police.
do with this. I want out. I don't want to mess with any more of this stuff.
Yeah, so he's going to go and take that straight to Michelle Yeoh, who is wearing a green popped collar.
An emerald green polo that's
I mean, yes, she looks so good. I mean, we've established, like, she's the hottest person.
Oh, I love this thing. So she's talking to the guys or to Strepsil, and he's like, my old guardian is in hospital. I just need this stuff. And she's like, no, I made an inquiry. He's in good health and even molests nurses.
Yeah. A reward? Is that what you want?
He's in such good health. He can molest women.
Yeah. So fuck that guy. We're good.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Is that how we're gauging things?
Yeah.
If you're healthy enough to molest someone, you're in the clear.
Fine.
You're fine.
You're fine. Yeah. So now this is where we cut to the Mario and Luigi outfits. It makes me so happy.
But I think this is the first time they're both like, because Cynthia Rothrock is in a blue jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And
she's in green.
Michelle Yeoh's in a green jumpsuit with white on it, which very Luigi looking. But they're both in jumpsuits. That's the first time they've kind of linked their wardrobe for the first moment that they linked really as a team, that they're like on each other's side. That's how I took it.
And they're like, we have all the proof we need.
So confident.
Yeah. They didn't even look.
They didn't even look at the evidence. They're just so confident. But when they come in, there's a phone call, and they're like, "Don't answer the phone." He's just like, "Yeah, whatever." Hello, and it's Panadol. He's like, "Whatever they're telling you is bullshit."
I've got the evidence.
I've
Their
got
evidence ain't real.
I pulled the switcheroo.
Then in comes like her boss hubby or whatever, like the hot guy officer who's like above them. He comes in and he's like, what's up? He said, we called him here because you're trespassing. So they get in trouble and they're like, you don't do this and you need to apologize. And he's like,
and so they go back to the police station. Here are 2 airline tickets. You guys got to get out of here. You got to go. And
he's going to sue us.
Yeah.
Like, you're going back to Scotland Yard and you're going away.
On vacation. Yeah.
Do your vacation.
Says, and you're going to go away. That's what he says. Yeah. It's like,
you're going to go away.
What do you mean you're going to go away?
I have great respect for the police, but when you guys make a mistake, you should apologize. And I won't make the same mistake again next time. I'll put you behind bars. I forgot to add that. That's what she said to him before she left.
Yeah, and then she's dismissed. And
go on vacation.
But she's like, straight up like, bro, I ain't doing that. Here's your gun. Here's my badge. I'm going to go catch this mother effer.
She pulls in backwards and looks at Cynthia Rothrock like, come on, bitch. And they're like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You heard her. Boom.
And when she looks hot in a hot car and says, come on, I don't care how bad your attitude is. You're like, okay. I'm getting it. I'm going to shoddy.
Well, if you insist.
I wrote, hot moment. That was so hot. I'm like, yeah, get in the car. Slut.
I just so desperately want someone to tell me to get in the car and instead of the trunk. What?
Oh my god! I do need to.
So this scene is really interesting. We get to the maniacal laughing guy's mansion.
Yeah, and aspirin. Isn't this aspirin?
Aspirin.
Dressed up like he's going to a fucking party.
He's James Bond. He's like, and he just walks in with the most confidence possible. He's just like, what, you're not going to offer me a drink? What do you want, a whiskey? And it's just, no, I'm not thirsty, thank you.
What the fuck is your deal, you idiot?
He like puffs on it. He pulls out a cigar and they help him. I hope you're enjoying our service. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, and I told my pal if I'm not back in 15 minutes, it'll be too late.
Yeah.
You won't have your evidence. You won't know what to do.
And this guy's mansion, would you dare say opulent?
It's very opulent.
Like their glass waterfalls going down.
It looks like an indoor mall, like a luxury indoor mall.
So like he says something to him and he's like, "Uh-oh, wait, are you calling my double bluff?"
Once I fix you up, I'm gonna fix your partner too, or something like that.
But he throws his cigar in the like indoor waterfall, and crazy eyebrow guy's like, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah.
And he kicks him and dunks his head underwater, and that's when he says,
"Once I fix you up, I'm gonna go after your partner."
Yeah.
So then we cut to the bathroom where he's like, it's Strepsil, right? Yeah. He's naked in the tub. And she comes and just beats his ass naked.
Wait, who beats him? Is it Rothrock?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't remember who beats the hell out of him, but like pulls him out and he just like cowardly. He's like, I'm naked. We're definitely going to see his butt.
Bitch. Yeah, I give
definitely get Strepsil butt. I'm naked. Don't.
So, and then while she's beating his ass in the cage apartment that Panadol lives in, the bad hair assassin guy comes and.
Oh, yeah. Fish hooks him. Oh, this scene, I love this. I absolutely love this. He comes in and he starts kind of like, he grabs a little hanger type thing, sticks it in Panadol's mouth. He's like, you tell me where the microfoam is. And he's like, it's in the toilet. And then right next to him is this like tiny little toilet. He opens the toilet and there's a rubber titty on like a wood backing, and he's like, "Where is it?" And he's like, "It's in the boob."
In the titty.
And then he like turns it over and he like pulls it out. I'm like, what the hell? I believe that the kids are calling those toilet titties. Right?
Yeah, and then he shoots Panadol, and the girls hear the gun
Oh man.
go off.
They hear the gun go off and it goes back to him. And he's like, and he's like, stop panicking. It's only a flesh wound. You'll need at least one more before you're dead.
What I love is Panadol says, I'm not afraid of dying. Why don't you just go ahead and get on with it? It's too late. I'm dying, remember? Like, what is this dialogue right now?
But of course, like as he's dying or he's threatening that he's going to die or whatever, he tricks him. I didn't give you the actual microfilm. You took the wrong one. It's like, you just keep random microfilms in titties in the toilet?
I got a wacky apartment set up for Home Alone.
Pretty delightful, if you ask me. I want rubber titties in the toilet.
Me too.
But my wife won't let me.
So in the alleyway, the madames are chasing the assassin.
Yeah.
He's running off.
Oh, yes.
Because the real one is in the money box.
And at that point, Strepsil is carrying Panadol down the stairs, trying to save him.
Yeah.
Fails. And he blames Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah.
He blames her. He tries to fight her. Why would you try to fight her?
Yeah, don't do that, dummy.
Don't do that. And then he runs away, and I love this little, like, super quick, the classic setup for
getting
war.
Geared up vigilante style.
Yeah. And it's like on super speed. It's like gun, strap, go.
And I'm on a motorbike. It's like a moped motorbike thing.
It's the fastest prep for war I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Guns strapped all around him. So he's got guns that he grabbed. We set this up earlier. That he grabbed from Panadol's apartment. So there's like
all but one.
But he doesn't know.
But he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. We set up that there's one gun in there.
And there's a fake grenade and
So all his stuff in his place are fake.
Yeah.
And he's off to save the day. So he heads, where does he head to?
The weird mansion
mansion.
That looks like a mall.
Yes.
Restaurant.
G did mention that there's some crazy 88 production design stuff going on here from Kill Bill. Yeah. And I couldn't not think of Kill Bill with those that stairway and all the just the way it was laid out, which felt very Kill Bill.
So when he goes, I got a grenade, get back.
Yeah.
And everybody's like freaking out and throws the grenade and everybody's down. It's like, oh fuck. And then they realize it's not going off.
But like, what's so great about this fake grenade is that it's a music box. It's just like ding dong ding ding dong ding ding ding. Like the little the pin that he pulled just kind of like slowly going back in.
Yep. And then he shoots somebody. Oh. I'm still alive.
Yeah, their guns are all blanks.
Yeah, they're all fakes. Get back. How could you be so rude to my guest?
We're not done with that.
So then they have the whole squabble and he gets the microfilm, smashes it into a light to burn it.
Yes, he's able to. He burns it in a light, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
But he does what happens through that whole thing, like Strepsil pretends to swallow the microfilm and they chase him around and it's a bunch of goofy nonsense happening. Yeah. But then he finally is like, okay, here it is. And
I have it. They burn it.
Burn it.
He gets beat up by the assassin. It's too late. I swallowed it. I can't get it back. He spits in the cook's face.
Yeah, he does.
Like, okay. He's gonna burn. He's got a gas can and he's gonna pour gas all over him.
This is before they actually burn it because he swallows it and they're like, well, just burn him.
Burn him.
Burn him. It'll disappear inside of him. And is this where they enter?
Yeah, 2 iconic lesbian fashion puffy sleeve jackets. Yeah,
They
yeah,
look
yeah.
great.
So
And this
hot.
is like, this right here is the shot of the film.
Yeah.
Because they're on board, they've got their little iconic outfits, and they're like talking to them. It's actually it's not quite this, because there's a moment where these guys try to like they jump off the second floor, and she like
Yeah.
shoots them in the
She says,
in
"Drop your
midair.
guns or my men won't hesitate."
Yeah.
Yeah. Pew, pew,
And
pew,
then
flips and
so
bites.
they drop their guns, and they go like, "Okay, well, let's see how good you ladies are without your weapons." And this
Yeah.
to me is the shot of the film. They look at each other, give each other two little high fives, and then go into their like back to back
Stance.
like
Yeah.
stance.
Oh,
Like,
it was
and
so
in those
hot.
like puffy jackets, they're just boom. Like, that's the shot of the film right
Oh
there.
my
That's
God, it was
what you
so hot.
advertise.
Yeah. It's so good. And then nasty white bitch Carrie, umbrella to the face. It's like her whole fight sequence with that umbrella was
Yeah.
so cool. She was
This I don't even know like what to point out in the specifics of this finale. The stunt team, holy hell.
insane.
This is like
This was the one that really hurt my back.
with that like that wooden little that had like the glass and then the wood going down it like in
Yeah.
stair
In
like things.
sections. Yeah.
Oh my god, how many people just hit that like on the corner
Snap.
and just being like
Yeah.
thrown into that thing? There just this finale is jaw-dropping
Yeah.
in
Mich-
the stunt. And Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock are doing a
Killing it.
lot of these stunts. Yes, there are moments when you can tell, okay, that's a stunt person.
Yeah.
And it's usually when they take the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Um,
Strepsil's getting cut to shit too. Because
yeah.
he's taking on people with knives and they're cutting him
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
But there are just so many shots in this finale that are just holy shit moments.
Yeah, there was one beautiful shot of Michelle Yeoh kicking a guy through glass.
When she goes like, oh, yeah, I know
And then
exactly.
she does the back bend through the glass and grabs
Yeah.
their feet. And
Yeah.
it was so
It's
cool.
so great. Like, I'm just like watching those things and then watching stunts in bigger budget things. Like, I'm just so much more blown away by like what they did. And like, I don't know how many people died.
Yes, many people are permanently damaged. But then at the end of it, the girls are complimenting each other. I'm like, why don't you just kiss, please?
Please, for the love
Not
of
bad out
God.
there. Please just kiss. So then it's the assassin guy and the fake mustache and eyebrow man versus
Yes,
the ladies.
You too. At this scene, this fight scene is wonderful. I mean, it just continues with that amazing stunt work.
And I love that Michelle insults his mom, and that's what kicks it off.
Because they what happens is like these two guys decide, oh, these are women, so we're gonna make fun of them being women. So women they talk too much and they blah blah blah. And they're like, yes, but among them is your mothers.
Yeah, and it's like, you talk about my mom? Yeah, they go. So they're fighting so much badassery, and then Michelle, he goes to get a knife, and she says to him, and I love it. She goes, "You said you didn't need a knife, you chicken." And then she does that split on the piano. Wow.
Yeah.
Mustache man, he goes in the fountain, he dies from the glass.
Yeah.
What a way to finally take care of that guy.
That waterfall, that glass waterfall, which is gorgeous. He goes right through it.
Right through it.
And then it's just, she looks down on him and there's just glass shards all in his little fake mustachy face.
Yeah, and it didn't come off though.
It didn't come off.
It's powerful, sticky mustache.
That's some good spirit gum.
And so the boss comes out, your friend will get killed.
Yes, he's got aspirin.
Yeah, he says, I didn't swallow it. It's still in my mouth. I got it.
This is the moment he slams it into the light.
Yeah, this is where he burns the light. This part, yeah.
And pretty much right after this, you had a point?
No, I'm saying like after this, they have the gun and he shoots the assassin guy and everyone's expecting it to be one of the fake guns.
And it's not.
But it's the real one.
Yep.
So assassin guy gets killed.
Is this when the police show up?
Yeah.
So the police show up and they are arrested. Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock, they're arrested for trespassing, not for, beating the shit out of everyone, killing a couple.
No.
But
Right.
for trespassing. And so they pull them out, and Strepsil explains, as they're being wheeled out, explains to Aspirin, like, Panadol's dead. He's gone.
Right before they tell him that, though, he does another evil laugh.
Oh my God, he's so big. Like this finale, he does like 5 evil laughs. It just like the scene when they show up, he laughs like the entire time because he's getting away with it.
Yeah, and he's being such a
Evidence is
dickhead.
burned. He's rubbing it in their faces.
Yeah. So they're like, and that's where he says that son of a bitch killed Panadol.
Yeah.
So Aspirin does the most badass baller revenge thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what happens to me now. You don't get to win.
Yep.
And he shoots Mr. 10 in the
He
back.
grabs a gun from one of the cops that's escorting him out, shoots him. And what I love it so much because he shoots him once, and everybody starts to panic, and they're starting to go after Aspirin. And Strepsil just throws his body on top of these 2 cops and turns to Aspirin and goes, "Finish him off!" And it just blah, 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 blah. And like it just ends on him going, blah, blah,
The
blah,
end.
blah.
Yep. The end.
The end.
We're out.
And like our 2 lead ladies are like, huh?
It's like, well, that was cool. We didn't have to do it. That guy
didn't have to do it, yeah.
We wanted him to die.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to do the time. So cool.
Oh man. So that's the movie.
That's the movie.
Do you have a movie MVP? I think it's pretty obvious. Oh.
It's Michelle.
Oh, it's Michelle. Of course. Of course. She's
so
great in it.
Pretty.
I wish that her dubbing was done a little better.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
Didn't care. So pretty.
I have to I understand that. But I have to give it to that stunt team. I was just like,
yeah. I mean, they died for this.
I was so blown away with, and like uncomfortable with, like, I just like some of those shots. I'm like, I know you went through it. Like, I don't know what damage that did to you, but it did damage on just so many of them.
Their lineage ends with them because they die. No kids for you. You're just paraplegic now. Like you broke your back in like every way you can.
I mean, but just like, wow. I was so, you don't see stunts like that these days.
No.
For probably good reason.
Good. But good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
All right.
What does that bring us to? Remake. I didn't even do one of these this week. I don't even have it listed. What is it called? Remake, reboot, remaster, prequel, and sequel?
Prequel or sequel. Yeah.
I did not have it in my notes.
Remaster, reboot, prequel, or sequel, right?
Man, see, that's the problem. We haven't recorded in a few weeks, and I forgot. So all I have is MVP.
There has to be a remaster. There has to be a remaster.
There's got to be.
Where they fix the dubbing.
Yeah. I did read that they didn't, that this is a similar situation to like Italy, was where they didn't record sound on set. So
yeah, but now ADR booths are so fucking rad. Like you can go in and fix this.
Right, but at the same time, like, that's just what they practiced. So
yeah,
we automatically that's just the end product, at least for us. But that is an odd thing.
They can't redo. There'll never be a stunt team that will be able to remake this.
Right.
In this time.
And because it's so like, where would you even take it? Because it is so weird, and like the comedy is so like weird. Yeah. And like
all
goofy,
the ripping of shirts.
Yeah. And that's what, so I don't know. Like, I do think for just the stunts alone, it should be more represented, just to be like an example of holy shit.
Yeah, it's wild.
Humans did this.
Yeah. Wow, insane.
So I'm on board with the remaster of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe updating I think you're right. Updating I don't know. Does that damage it in any way? Is updating
I mean, for me, it's not anything that I cared about. I still had a really
Yeah.
good time watching it, and I think people who
Yeah.
are into these kind of films like us don't like that's not on our high lists of
Yeah,
priorities.
I would understand wanting to do that, like, before you release it, but once you release it and it's out there, I just don't think you mess with it.
Yeah. I think it's good. So we
Alright.
have a guest waiting in the
Oh, they do,
midst.
they're in the queue?
Yep,
We
here
got a
we
guest in
go.
the queue?
It's time for that nostalgia of the week. We got a real treat for you B-siders this week for our nostalgia of the week. Legendary actor of stage and screen, Vincent Galstone.
Hello, I'm Vincent Galstone, actor! And my nostalgia of the week is a nostalgia for old Hollywood. The glitz, the glamour, the little to no consequences for deviant extracurriculars. In the old days, we did everything. You had to be at least a triple threat or you'd be laughed out of Caston. Now you get fame by going on the internet to talking about your feelings. Gay. I was an actor, musician, dancer, amateur botanist, and stuntman extraordinaire. These days, actors think that they're special when they do their own stunts. We all did them back in the old days. And we never had any of those pussy safety coordinators. They're ruining the industry. Stunts are about authenticity. If you get kicked in the face by a horse, it stays in the picture. It's called acting. I did a film right after the first time I was acquitted of murder, about a week before I married my fourth wife, Gabriella. Ooh, she was a spicy number. Anyways, I broke my back on that picture. 3 weeks later, I started a new picture because I'm a professional. After Gabriella's untimely passing, which led to my fourth acquittal, I starred in a picture called Deathfall, which had an in-camera shot of me falling 14 stories and surviving with an expertly timed tuck and roll. I stood up and threw my arms up in a Mary Lou Retton. The moral? Don't be a pussy. Do your own stunts. Back to you.
Well, that, I think that does it for us, doesn't it,
I
Jenny?
think that does it. Yeah. I have
mean,
fun.
Yeah, just fascinating film.
Yeah. Yeah, it reawakened me.
That's good. Because I've been watching you going like, you seem dead inside.
Yeah, since the last time I saw Kathleen Kenmont, I was like, I've been like in a slump, and she brought me back to life. Thank you,
Good.
Michelle. So
Good.
I'm Jenny Wenger.
And I'm Jeremy Briggs. Have a good one. Thank you for visiting B-Side Video Rental. Have fun, B-Siders! This episode brought to you by Buddy with a Pizza. Everybody, let's just take a breath. Just take a
Yeah,
breath.
take a breath.
You
Then
get
she
it.
goes in, and you meet the guy she's actually banging, and it makes sense. Like, he's, like, very cool.
Is she?
Yeah.
Who?
The
What?
guy in there, her work husband.
Her work husband?
Yeah.
Are they really banging?
She makes comments about it. Like,
Okay.
she says, "Oh, are you gonna tell your wife you have a girlfriend?" It seems like they were, and then he's asking how serious it's getting with her guy. She's like, "I'm going to dinner with him tonight."
Okay. Yeah. Wait, with Mr. Dick?
With no, the ugly guy she's going
Mm,
out to dinner with that made
yeah.
me mad.
Yeah, Mr. Dick.
Okay, Mr. Dick. I didn't even learn his name. I was just like, ugly guy that doesn't
Well,
deserve her.
We'll get there when we get there, because
Yeah.
we're just not communicating properly, which makes for great radio.